Hey friend, so in today's video, I wanted to talk all about mudras. So in certain spiritual traditions, you'll find specific spiritual practices that don't require a lot of complex tools or rituals. And in the Dharmic path, an example of this would be something like mudras, which are very, very simple gestures that we do with our hands. And we really mostly only need to use our hands. And through this, we can really channel a lot of prana in the body and really kind of use this as an aid to our spiritual practice. So I want to talk all about the benefits of mudras and what they are and how we can, again, very simply incorporate them into our spiritual practice. So as I've already mentioned, these gestures known as mudras are very sacred symbols of energy, intention, and awareness. They serve as bridges between the physical and subtle realms, and they guide our life force into balance and harmony. So the word mudra comes from Sanskrit and can be translated as seal, gesture, or symbol. And in yogic and tantric traditions, they are really used as a form of energetic communication between the mind and the body. It really helps us connect our overall senses, and again, it helps redirect prana, which is our vital life force, to really help circulate throughout the body. Just as language uses sound to convey meaning, mudras use physical form in order to express spiritual intention. And when we really kind of use our hands in order to form these energetic circuits, we really, again, are able to feel what that would kind of manifest and express as throughout the physical body. In spiritual traditions like yoga and tantra, mudras represent a form of energetic communication. Mudras are often used during meditation, pranayama, mantra chanting, or really, again, as an addition to any of our other spiritual practices, because they are so simple and easy to incorporate and to do, because, again, they mostly just use and require the hands. They help deepen focus, awaken consciousness, and align our inner energies. So from a yogic perspective, your hands are an extension of the subtle energy body, and each of your fingertips corresponds to one of the 5 elements. And of course, these 5 elements are the elements that exist all around us and are going to be the elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. The thumb governs fire or Agni, the index finger governs air or Vayu, the middle finger governs space or Akasha, the ring finger governs earth or Prithvi, and of course the pinky governs water or Jala. By joining different fingers, we can really help balance these elements and bring overall harmony to our physical and subtle body. So as I've already mentioned, when we practice mudras, we really mostly only use our hands, but sometimes mudras can be a combination of other practices such as asanas, which we know when we are really talking about yoga, that would just be like the physical postures, of course. So it can be a combination of doing it alongside your asana practice. It can be in conjunction with bandha. So again, these are the kind of the energy locks that we put the physical body into. I can make a video on that. It can be I already mentioned, we can do it alongside pranayama. So it's not always just with our hands. It can be in conjunction with other practices that are designed to, again, just bring the vital life force to, just run throughout the body. So again, at their core, mudras really help channel awareness and work really well in combination to other spiritual practices, and can really help get the free flowing of prana throughout the body and through the nadis, which are the body's subtle energy channels. So some of the mudras used in yogic and tantric traditions are going to be hasta mudras, which are the most commonly known type of mudra. So this is going to be things like yoni mudra, or just the chin mudra, which is the one that we often see in many of yogic practices. And oftentimes these simple hand mudras, there are going to be specific mudras that work on certain chakras. So depending on which energy center you're trying to balance. There are unique mudras for that. So this all falls under all these kind of hand mudras are going to be what is referred to as simply a hasta mudra. Another type of mudra is going to be the mana mudra, which is the mudra for the head, right? So these are kind of the head gestures. And an example of this would be Shambhavi mudra, which is the gaze between the eyebrows. So this is, again, a kind of mudra that utilizes the practices requiring, the head, right? It's not just the hands. And a common one is going to be, as I mentioned, Shambhavi. So this really helps redirect awareness to the third eye region. Next, we have Kaya mudras or postural gestures. And this is going to combine full body gestures or poses combined with concentration that really impacts and influences the pranic flow throughout the body. So this is, again, a more kind of a full body approach. This is where we start getting into not just localized mudras like in the hands or the head, but a more kind of full body type of mudra. Next, we have bandha mudras, which use locks to control energy flow. And examples of this would be Mula bandha or Uddiyana bandha. So this is, again, going to be a more kind of physical type of mudra that really utilizes the physical body. Next, we have Adhara mudras or perennial gestures, and these really utilize the pelvic floor area. So because of that, they are often used primarily in advanced tantric practices because they need to be done and taught correctly, because they can be very stimulating and energizing. So it's just important that they are actually done correctly. And again, these are usually more advanced mudras and not really ones that we incorporate into a more beginner practice. Great beginner ones would, really be the kind of the hand mudras, or, even the mudras involving the head, right? When we're really starting to, get really deep into a yoga asana practice. But again, these kind of perennial mudras, although they are taught, they're often more advanced and really are a kind of part of a deeper energy healing kind of practice. So although each category has its own purpose, they ultimately all share one commonality, and that's to direct energy with intention and awareness. So really the best way to incorporate mudras is to add it on to any of your other spiritual practices that you might be doing every day. So this could be a simple meditation or a pranayama practice, or, your yoga asana practice. And you'll really realize that this very subtle practice can really help you, tap into that kind of the benefits that it has through circulating prana throughout the body. It's just very simple, but at the same time, so powerful. So I hope this video was insightful, and hopefully you can now incorporate mudras into your practice. I'm going to make more videos on specific mudras that you could do that help work on specific chakras and get, deeper into the certain head mudras, which are super powerful and, can really, really help with awareness and concentration and things like that. You can get pretty deep into mudras. So that was it for today's video, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.